A lot of business owners fail to take advantage of social media, and those who fail to do so are leaving a lot of money on the table. In this video, you're gonna see a conversation between me and two other YouTubers, Sergio and Jose, to learn what it takes to really succeed and monetize on social media. Also, if you're new to the channel, my name's Justin You're Wrong. I'm a real estate investor and entrepreneur here in Las Vegas. I've made hundreds of videos teaching people about real estate, and the goal of this channel is to help you grow your money and mindset. Also, if you wanna see more personal content, follow me on Instagram at Justin You're Wrong. I did want to ask you guys about social media a lot, though.
Let's go. Come on.
It's like, actually, both of you guys have YouTube channels too.
Please follow my YouTube channel, guys.
Oh yeah, follow,
Yeah, me too.
follow Sergio's YouTube channel.
I have like 4 followers. I need at least 8.
I comment.
He does. He's putting the comments on my YouTube channel.
Dude, it's hard when you start. It's real hard. But like for me, what I'm going through, one of my struggles, I guess has kind of been my personality for a long time, and I've always tried to counter it. But my natural tendency has been to, like, whenever I start something, I just go ham, like real hard at it.
Let's go.
Like all in, and like I'll make 50 videos like that, like great videos. And then I finally hit a point that's like, oh, like I kind of burned a little bit out, take a little rest, and then when I come back, I'm not as strong. It takes a little while to develop back up. And so I thought I kind of got out of that until recently. It's usually when I fall out of habit. And so like recently we had a mastermind. So that week I didn't really record my normal videos. The week after I was sick. And then like 2 weeks off of like my normal habit of recording 10 videos a week. When I came back, like I'm not even close to that frequency of videos. And even if I'm trying to prioritize it, it just seemed to happen again. I was like, man, like I'm trying to build back up to that consistency of my video making.
Do you think that that's the actual habits or your state of mind right prior to the videos being recorded? What do you think? Because to me, I have a similar situation like that. So yes, like I get into a good habit and start recording, no problems. And then I took a break because I have family over and like that's more important. And then I went back and I was like, oh, this is tough.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, let me check my own state of mind. I'm thinking it's tough, but it's just, I just got to go back to, even if it's like getting some energy, do some push-ups, doing whatever it brings me energy. Yeah. And then I start filming and it just kind of flows. And I realized like, oh, to me, it was my state of mind rather than like the habits that I used to have before, because the habits will come because they're habits, right? But the state of mind, like if you're starting, usually what they say, the first 20 seconds are the hardest and then you just kind of flows.
No, I think it's that too. I mean, because today I was scripting a lot. And actually just the fact of me scripting, it made me feel good again. I was like, oh, it's little, but I'm like prepared to like knock out 10 tomorrow, like videos, real videos. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, that's something. But I think you were going to say something too. Yeah,
I was thinking about it while you guys were talking. And I think, sorry, it's kind of hard flipping through these things.
There you go for it.
Thinking at the same time.
Yeah.
I got a job and you guys are just chilling. No, I was thinking, activity and productivity are not the same thing. So you're comparing yourself to like how you were super active before, but if you look at the product that you're putting out now, I bet you it's better.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Better. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like you're comparing like maybe like how many videos you're producing, but now these videos are like way better quality. So I don't really know if like hustling and bustling, you can like compare yourself that way. I think you just got to do your best and like continue to do that. And like your product is going to keep changing and changing and changing and changing and changing. And the amount of energy you put into it is also going to change. You've hired people.
Yeah.
So now you're doing a lot less work. So maybe it feels like you're doing less work, but dude, your videos are way better.
Right. No,
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Thank you. That's actually a really good point. Cause now I'm finally proud of my videos that come out. For a year I posted videos. I was like, these suck.
That's how I feel right now. Dude.
Every time they came out, I was like, I hate it. And then now I'm like, it's not bad. Like
1% better every day, right?
I hate my videos for sure, but I'm still gonna keep putting them out, and you guys gotta watch them. So
oh my god,
deal with it.
I sometimes get the whole record the whole video and then realize the mic wasn't on.
I hope this. No, we're good.
I'm scaring y'all.
No, I can see the little bars right here.
They're going.
We're good.
Yeah, mic check every time before a video. Now I do that. That's happened to me once, and I was like, this sucked.
Oh, but you know what happened to me is like I have the little wireless mic, the Rode wireless that I put here. So the one on the camera was good, but this one was off. Yeah, I was like, oh boy.
What are you guys' right now, like, I guess, strategy with social media? Like, what are you looking to get out of it, and how are you posting to get it? I'm curious.
You want to go first?
Yeah, so for social media, for me, I think it's a long-term play. I think social media is like the future business card. Kind of puts to the world, like, shows the world, like, this is what I'm doing, and this is how long I've been doing it, and then people get to vote. They say, I want to see your journey, or I don't want to see your journey, right? And depending on how many people want to see your journey, I mean, that has a lot of value to it. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm just like, okay, if it's a long-term play, I'm in it. If it's a value play, let's go. So I just like, you know, I'm going to try to provide as much value in my social media as possible, just because I know like the more value that you provide out there to more people, I mean, the better it is for you in your business and your personal life. I mean, the amount of opportunities that you receive when your social media gets bigger is just huge. So I guess it's more for the opportunities that arrive, whether they're friends, business, travel, you name it.
Right. There's a lot of benefits from it. At least from what I've realized, it's like, yeah, your network changes as you make content, and as the content develops and gets better. Like it's insane. And then for the first time ever today, at least that's what someone acknowledged it. I got a message on Instagram. A guy had messaged me. He's like, hey, like I just like assigned my first deal, and like it was because of all your YouTube videos. Wow. And I was like, holy crap, never met him. He messaged me one time on Instagram for a question, and it was a question that I didn't answer on my YouTube yet. And I was like, oh, this guy actually listens. Like,
right.
And I was like, this is crazy. So it's just like, that was more fulfilling than any deal, any profit I've ever made.
You changed his life.
Yeah. And I was like, this is really cool. So I'll keep putting it out there, man. I'm watching.
Thanks, Justin. Thank you.
Yeah. To me, it's also a long-term play. I want to help people too. Like I always say, like my actual purpose for the channel and for just social media in general is to create success stories. I want to hear people like you. Like I want to hear people that say, "Oh, I was able to do this because whatever 5 minutes I spent watching your videos made a difference in my life." Like that's what I want to do. And it's not only for me for my social media thing. It's also sharing that you could be a person that does more than one thing.
Right.
Like. You know how the people say like, oh, if you're a master of something, jack of all trades, something like that.
Yeah, you're master of none.
Master of none, yeah. But to me, it's like it's a fallacy because you can be good at multiple things. Mm-hmm. That is not nothing to do with you're gonna be mediocre in all of them. You're gonna be mediocre in all of them if you put mediocre effort in all of them. Period. Mm-hmm. Like if you don't, you're gonna have great results. And to me, I want to show that same. Okay, so I have a facet of me that's real estate. I have another facet of me that likes coding, likes all of that because I'm a software engineer. And then I have another facet of me that just likes acquiring businesses. Like I buy businesses and then I learn how the process, how do they do it, and then I increase their revenue and then I sell it. So technically it's the same thing. Like you're buying and flipping property, but in this case, it's just a business. Mm-hmm. But to me, like that is such a foreign concept for so many people that they don't even know where to start. Mm-hmm. Like let's say that you go to your favorite pizza shop. I know pizza again, but you want to buy it. They're like, oh, I would love to own this pizza place. How do you even go? Who do you talk to? Where do you get the money from? Like things like that are not really talked about. And this is the type of thing that I want to also expose in my YouTube channel, just in social media everywhere.
Dude, I wanted to say something. With my social media, I realized this recently. It's something that I've really, really been trying to get better at, but it's showing like true authenticity through the camera. Because when I started, even now, I'm not fully myself on camera. And I try to be, but it's different. It's like it's a comfort level that comes with it. But after I took a little bit of break away from making like all the YouTube videos and the grind of that, I kind of sat back and studied other people like Gary Vee, another friend of my, Kings, like people who are just very authentic on camera. Not everyone has it. Even the big people that, like, for example, I'll watch other YouTubers that have made it big, but it's still not themselves. A lot of people, social media, books, whatever, their success were based off of like a story or a lie, like not something that's not really them. Like I hate to bash it, but like take Rich Dad Poor Dad, for example. It's a false story. And a lot of people that went to a recent event where the author had spoken, man, I shouldn't even say this, but I don't know. I got a lot of feedback saying that like...
We'll cut it out if it's bad, bro.
Yeah, I got a lot of feedback from them saying like he was way different than, what they thought he would have been.
You can say expectations were not met.
The expectations were not met because his being was based off of that book, a false story. Mm-hmm. And so that made me really think. I was like, I don't want to be acting on my videos. Like even when I set up for the camera initially, I would it's a different presence. Like I would try to act just out, push my authority. But now it's like, no, I want to talk like I'm talking to you guys now. And only recently is when my content's starting to change, where like you hear my phone conversations of like, this is how I actually talk. And I'm trying to do that on my talking heads because I feel like that's the one thing that's been holding me back. I think once I get good at that, showing myself and my personality on camera, I think that's when it'll really take off.
Do you film by yourself? a lot?
I do film by myself.
Maybe that's something that you need to like get somebody to just sit there.
Yeah.
Sit there. Your girlfriend or somebody, just sit there. Having this other human being, you have to just avoid like looking at them. You gotta look at the camera. Yeah. But it feels like you're having a conversation with somebody.
Right.
And even if you say something funny, they might chuckle. Yeah, you edit it out, but you still feel like that interaction. And that helps you out, like not being, I feel it too, because sometimes I film by myself and I'm like, oh, no. This is not a lecture, Jose. Yeah. Like, right? Because people don't want to be lectured. They want to be feeling like they want to watch a video thinking that they're having a FaceTime video with your friend. Like, oh yeah, that's funny. You know, that type of thing.
Who's good at that? You're actually good at that.
Think so?
Showing your authenticity. Because I watched your YouTubes and I was like, wow, like at the very beginning, you sound pretty darn similar to how you speak in person on camera.
So?
Yeah, which is interesting because it took me a long time to even get there.
Wow. Well, thank you for saying that, man. I don't feel like that's the case, but
no, it's like it's interesting because like not everyone has it and not everyone aspires to show the authenticity.
Well, I'll tell you guys the secret if you want to know it.
What is it? Spill the beans.
I'll tell you. So I was recording on my phone.
Yeah.
And what I would do is I would get like a Post-it and cut it into like a little circle, and I would draw a face on it. And I would stick it right next to the camera. Oh. And I pretend it was my favorite person in the world. And I would just talk to that. Look at it. Like, hey, what's up, dude? And it just, I would just like pretend that little face was like the person that I wanted to talk to.
Oh, that's cool.
And because, dude, I can't talk to a black dot.
Yeah.
I can talk to a little smiley face. Right. But I can't talk to a black dot.
I'm gonna cut Sergio's face out.
Put your girlfriend's face, dude. That'd probably help.
Yeah, because there's a level of I guess tension. You kind of like you kind of get rid of it, and then you're sitting there, you're calm. You know, like sometimes like when you say that you gotta do this, and you gotta make sure that your posture's right, and all of this, you know, all of that stuff like kind of adds up to the tension that you're trying to like talk about something, and then you're tense, and that shows on the camera. But if you're more relaxed, you know, it sounds better. It sounds.
And for you guys, it feels like you guys are just like talking in a room. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, it sounds like I'm like watching a YouTube video because I can hear it like.
Oh yeah, because you got the good headphones.
Yeah. It sounds like I can like picture myself watching it on YouTube. I'm like, this is gonna sound so good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's your goal for the end of the year for social media?
So social media wise, I'm striving to make 100K from social media income.
Let's go.
Not deals gotten from social media, but like affiliate sponsors, ad revenue, like that kind
all
of
together.
Stuff. Yeah, like I'm shooting for 100K. I made 5 so far.
Hey,
and I'm like
5%.
I know 5% there. Like we're gonna keep going. So that social media goal specifically, I don't really have a target audience level. I have an overall one. Like I set it high, like 1 million combined, but I'm like, doesn't really matter. Like as long as I hit my KPIs of like make this many videos a day. But I want to make that income from it.
But there will be so many people out there that maybe you have a lot of followers and they're not gonna even close to making 100K out of it. So
yeah, well, I'm actually in a group of other content creators. A lot of them have way bigger followings than me, like millions on TikTok, millions on YouTube from like shorts. And then I recently asked them a question in the group chat. I was like, all right, like, because we were friends now. I'm like, all right, how much you guys make from this thing? Like, let me know. And it shocked me because I was one of the higher income people from like getting deals. And I was like, dude, I have like 3K followers. I was like, come on. But it's like we have a high ticket industry, real estate.
Right.
And I'm fortunate enough to have like a high ticket affiliate, like coaching. And whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever you search. What's your goals?
My goals for social media.
End of year.
For the year? I go by quarter.
Okay.
I go by the quarter. For the quarter, I started out at 1,800, and I would like to end at like 2,800.
Nice.
I think I'm at 2,100 right now.
All right.
Nice.
So it's getting there. I got a social media coach, Natalie Bloom. I think I said your last name right. Shout out to Natalie. Sorry if I said your name wrong.
Share us the secrets of that, the coach. Like, what have you learned that we could take away or someone could take away from watching this?
So the coach is... I'll have to put up the notes. I'll have to pull up the notes.
That's all right.
But basically, she just like told me like who my target audience was, which I kind of already knew. Mm-hmm. But she told me like how to talk to them, what content to put out, how often. She told me to focus on reels, which I have not been. I'm sorry, but I'm trying. Justin made a couple for me, so
I sent you 4.
Yeah, he sent me 4. So there you go, Natalie. I'd be happy with that. But yeah, so she said focus on reels. She cleaned up my bio. She told me like what kind of picture to put up. Mm-hmm. All these other things. Like it was just like a long report. Mm-hmm. Like she was super. I recommend her to pretty much anybody.
Mm-hmm. It's mostly Instagram coaching for her.
She was just doing Instagram coaching, and it's a great price, great value. I mean, I think she got to raise her prices, but that's just me.
Got it.
That's cool.
Off camera, you got a deal. It sounds like.
Yeah, I got a deal. I mean, I don't know.
Hey,
My opinion on it.
that's good. That's good.
That's cool. What about you? What's your goal social media wise this year?
I don't want to put money to it. Like, I don't want to say, oh, I need 100,000 or I need 100,000 followers. Like, that doesn't make or break my day. Followers or money coming out of social media doesn't break my day. I just want to expand network. I want to get to people, help people, actually do something with it. Like, maybe if I can create a community, which is what I really want at the end, create a community that I'm going to call it the multipliers, where you can actually multiply your income. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people see that their issue is that they don't make money, right? But the money that they have could be multiplied in many different ways. And I want to show that there's different ways of doing that, because I've done that myself. Like, even though I have a W-2, I also have, like, my W-2 is the one that pays me the least out of all the things that I do. So there is different things that you could do. So I want to create a community of multipliers and help them, like, acquire business and things like they're probably good at. Like, sometimes you have a friend, let's say, for example, that is an amazing cook, but they're working in a job that they hate. Right. And I understand from hands-on, like, how difficult it is to start a restaurant. I do. After my mom owned a restaurant for a lot of her life, younger years, and it's not easy to run it one. So it's not easy to start one. So the key is buying one that is already profitable. Buy one that is already doing what you want to do. So if you know how to cook and you like Thai food, then go buy a profitable Thai restaurant. You have your own take, and go from there. And then once you figure it out, you can start hiring more people, and then move away. Like, that's the kind of thing that I see a lot of people taking advantage, because real estate is a solution, but it's not the only solution. Right? It's a really good solution. Some people just don't want to do what we're doing. Some people don't want to spend the time trying to find deals, underwriting deals, because it takes time to do all of this.
Yeah.
And then they become private money lenders, right? Or not. They just don't want to touch real estate, which is, I don't know why, but some people are like that. So, but there's other ways. Because usually they say, I don't have money, and they try to live a minimalist life, which I'm not against with, but it's just not my cup of tea. I live a minimalist life, that's the word. And then don't enjoy life. Like, yeah, because you're trying to save you have this top, and then how much can you save? Like, if you make 50K, like, the maximum you can save is 50K, period. And that will be doing nothing, right? Even taxes, like, that's not possible. Like, you got to increase the 50K. You got to make it 350K, and then you can save more.
So your goal is a community with social media.
Yeah.
Gather that community of multipliers. Yeah. I think it's awesome. And I think it's what everyone should strive for, because you don't get anywhere on social media without people.
Right.
And I realize, at least on my platform, so I'm only really posting TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And really the only reason I think that I'm able to monetize is because of YouTube. Like, people bring me deals, private money, I don't know, other things. They want to be coached by me only because they watch my YouTube videos first. I think if I didn't have that, there is some trust built from all my Instagram reels, but, like, watching me for 30 seconds is very different than watching my 30-minute video all the way.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people come to me and they'll tell me, like, I just binged 2 hours of your stuff. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Like, most people are new. I'm like, dude, thank you so much. I just binged this. I'm ready to get my first deal. I'm like, interesting. So, like, I'm not worried so much about, like, the views I'm getting. It's more so worried about creating the best content I can. It's called evergreen, so that someone 10 years from now can watch it and hopefully be like, this is still pretty good content. Like, quality's there, hopefully, in 10 years. And they're like, oh, it's actually good. So, like, that's what I'm shooting for, so that if someone comes across the channel 10 years, they can watch 10 videos and be like, I like this. So that's what I've realized. It's all because of YouTube for me. And I have a very small YouTube audience.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm trying to focus on those platforms also. YouTube, I hear, is, like, the best one for longevity wise. But yeah, dude, I've never posted a 30-minute video. My videos are like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Yeah. I'm like, 30 minutes? Jeez. Yeah. That's a long time.
Well, it's a tutorial. Like, I have some tutorials that are that long.
You gotta talk real slow.
Yeah. I'm talking like this.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, dude. That's intense. That's intense.
And people watch those because they want the hand holding the whole way through.
I've watched videos like that.
Yeah.
For cooking and real estate and you name it, working out.
My most popular long video on YouTube is a 30-minute video walkthrough on Podio. Like, I was like, hey, here's how you can set up your Podio. If you want this system, DM me Podio on Instagram. And I shouldn't have done that, because I get so many DMs now. I'm like, here's my email, Podio. And I'm like, oh, no. But so I'll make another video so they don't have to do that anymore.
Gotta charge them, dude.
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah, no, I should. I should.
Oh no, what you could do is if you have this many people trying to reach out to you, like create just a regular page where they can put their email, and then this email will give them get them into some type of webinar, right?
Oh yeah.
And then in this webinar you'll present, and then you'll present whatever they want to learn about, and at the end, if you want, you can have the whole opportunity of continuing coaching with you or not.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
if you don't want to do the other part, then at least you gave value to them, right?
Exactly. One of these days, I'll get rid of the description and like, don't DM me anymore. Like it's not available.
I know, man.
Yeah. What's the craziest DM you got? Craziest DM you got?
I haven't got that many.
Or comment, or YouTube comment or something.
Oh, I got a lot of mean stuff. I don't even remember because I laugh at all of them. Like I'll see them, I'm like, huh, that's fine. And then I'll comment back something. Usually I've noticed on social media, this goes for anyone who's trying to make social media. So I've gotten like hundreds of mean comments by now, maybe not thousands yet, but on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whenever you get a mean comment, you can either do one of two things that are productive. You can just ignore it if you're like that kind of person that actually gets really offended, or you could also like respond back with like extreme kindness of like, oh, that was really funny. Like you got me. And usually I've noticed whenever I do that, people respond back, oh, like, I was just kidding. Like, I love your stuff. Like I'll get that all the time. And it shocks me. I'm like, then why were you mean at first?
It's like a heckler, right?
Yeah, it's like they're kind of poking to see how you react, to see if they really like you. And I've always responded with kindness if I do respond. Like if they might say something stupid about like, oh, your lips are like hella dry or super chapped. I'm like, dang, they got me. And they're like, no, just kidding. Like you can't. But there's also like really mean stuff. But respond with kindness or just ignore it. Like those are my two best pieces of advice, because you'll get them soon if you haven't already.
I just ignore them.
Yeah.
I don't get too much. I got one guy, I forgot what he said. There was a mean guy and I just ignored him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't get it that often.
Yeah, you will. You will.
All right.
I hope you enjoyed that conversation. And also, if you want help to grow your real estate business, whether you're brand new or already got deals under your belts, DM me the word coach on Instagram at JustinYouWrong. Peace.